Hello and welcome back to the channel where we are building a video game from scratch using Love2d and Lua. Today we're going to be adding some extra sound effects from our buddy Kane, who is the sound effects designer for the game. He reached out and said he wanted to collaborate, so I figured I had enough programming on my plate, so I thought it'd be cool to just let him help out with the music or the sound effects. So that's we spent 2 weeks ago implementing all of his sound effects, and he just got us a second batch of a couple new ones. So we're going to try to import those and see how they play out. So let's get to it. We probably, I think those are most of the sound effects we need. We already have, though. I mean, this is like the last of the stuff, right? We need a break crate sound. We need a gong for the meditate, and then maybe a new warp zone sound effect. But the warp zone that he initially did is growing on me, so I might actually just keep it. So let's see what we've got for the crate break. So I'm gonna just turn down our music so we can hear this better. Okay, now we got a crate break. These are all different options, right? I think I like one, honestly. I think I just like this one. So let's try to... We're going to open this on Audition so we can normalize it and then export as a compressed MP3 instead of a wave. Because this is a wave right now, so let's listen to it. Oh my god, it sounds so loud. Oh my god. Let's just import these. This is probably a better way to do it anyway. 2 is not bad. I like 2, actually. I think I like 2 better than 1. Yeah. I think 2's my favorite. Yeah, 2 it is. So let's export this. And I like to basically boost it as much as I can because we lose so much when we compress it down. So if we export into a file and we say, well, now we want it to be... What have we been doing? We've been doing 8-bit depth, haven't we? So we say, you know what, go down to 8-bit depth. Go do your, whatever, 32 kilobits. Let's see. So this is a crate break V2. Now there should be a way we can just open up this so we can hear it. Crate break VO2. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. So I think that's fine. We'll import it into the game and see how we like it. I like it. I mean, we're have to compare it to pushing, right? So it doesn't sound too similar to pushing. And then maybe it'll be good. I mean, everything Kane's done has been great for us, so feeling good about it. Okay, so we got crate break. It's a crate break VO2. Let's see the other stuff he made for us. We got an idle, so let's hear what he's got for us here. Let's What is the CPT file? Basically, I want to just import all these so we can hear him. And we'll have to make sure to add... Oh, come on. You don't want to do this? We have to add Kane to the game credits for sure, because I don't think he's in there yet, which is a travesty. Okay. It's not exports. It's this update, idle, all of these. Cool. So this is for the meditation idle, right? So this would be the healing. I kind of like that one. Ooh, I kind of like 7. I want to import probably this V7 and this V01. I like it. Holy shit. Okay, 3's a bit much. Honestly, I think 1 might be the move. So I think I want to export a 1 and 2 and a 1 and 7 for the idle. So let's just start here. Let's do this, and we will export a gong V2 into our exports compressed folder, gong V2, and we'll do it in MP3, and we'll say, yep, 8 bits. And let's do 32 kilobits. Gong V2. So let's try that. So gong V2 and then gong V1. Let's export that one as well. Gong V01. And we'll put it here in compressed, and we'll just make sure we're at the 32 kilobits. Okay, and then we want idle V7 and 1. So let's turn this up a bit. Wow. Okay, yeah, that's super loud. But it gets quieter when we export, so that's... We want it basically as loud as reasonable so that we can adjust the gain in the game and have better control. So we'll just do 32 kilobits. Idle V7, yes, and then we want V1 too. It might be too much. We might need just the gong, but we're going to import them just to check, you know, just to try it. See how it feels in-game to do it. Okay, so we got our MP3s. They're in the compressed folder. So now what we can do... what I want to do is basically just check the loudness and make sure that they're all decently loud, because when we recompress them, they get modified, you know, the bits get squished and everything, so we want to make sure that it's not too compressed. Okay, so it's the crate break, it's the idle, and the gong. Okay, so here's our MP3s. So let's start at the top. Peaking at about -9. Okay, they're not super loud compared to the rest of the sound effects. Yeah, -22. So we probably want to boost them just a little bit, but I just don't want them to degrade much. So we'll try to do this where they're about under 20 lufs. So we'll just save this with them under 20 lufs, because if it's a little too loud, we can always quiet it, but we can't make it louder once it's in the game. So oh, it might be too much. Yeah, negative 12 lufs is like a lot. Okay, so then idle 1. Okay. I think the crate break's fine. Okay. So we need to import these 5 sounds into the game and then trigger them. So let's do it. Let's take our new sounds, and it's the crate break, the idles, and the gongs. And I keep the same names, even though we only have 2 gong sounds or 2 idle sounds. I'm going to keep 1 and 7, because that way I can tell Kane if we say, hey, I like 7, just add a little bit more whatever to it. He knows which one I'm talking about. So that's why I'm keeping the same names. Even though we only have 2 idle sounds, it's going to be 1 and 7, because that's how Kane had the project files. So that's just what we're going to do. So we want to make sure we go into our Tashio repo at the right place. It is this. Is it this one? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so WSL. We go into sounds. We go into SFX. And here's where we put all of Kane's sounds. So now that we pasted those in there, we need to import them by name from this SFX folder. So what I'm going to do is just go to these exports. I'm just going to pull this up so I can read what the files are while we import them. Okay, so we'll just put them in down here. Okay, so we need a crate break. It's in this folder, and it is called Crate Break VO2. So Crate Break V2 .mp3. We import it as a static file since it's so short. Okay. Then we have 2 more. We have an idle heal 1. Okay. It is idle V1. Okay. And that's idle heal 1 and 2. And idle, oh, it's 7 actually, so we'll say B7 here. You know what? We can leave the 7. We can leave the 7 here. We just have to know if we're going to go adjust them just to look at the file names, not the number names, because then we can say, well, if there's a different heal, we just increment and see that there is a different heal. So I might want to keep that. So let's put the idle gong here. Idle gong 1 and 2. So it's an idle gong V1 and it's a V2. Idle gong V2. Okay. So there's our new imports. So let's try to put them where they belong. Let's first try the crate break. So I think we have a break crate method. Yeah, pushable break crate. So when we run this break crate, let's say, yeah, basically right here. When we run this, we're also just going to play the sound effect for break crate. And it's, is it crate break? Crate break, play. Crate break, yes, crate break, play. Okay, so let's test it and let's see if our new crate break sound is in. So we're gonna come in here. Let's see. It did. It did. It's a bit too loud, but let's see. I want to hear the difference between pushing and breaking. Oh my god. Oh my. Okay. Well, it's good. It's good. It's just a bit loud. So we are doing this thing here where we just set the volume. So we can say crate breaks should just be turned down a bit. Crate break maybe down to 0.7 or 0.6. Let's hear how that sounds. This is cool, man. Get away! Get away! Well, you know what? I think we need a game over sound effect too. Or music for this. Yeah, we should have like an ambient drone for the game over. So we do need 2 new tracks for the demo. It'll be the refinery that we still need to make and the game over that we still need to make. But that'll be fun. I'm not anticipating that to take very long. So let's keep chugging along. Let's try what the healing looks like over at the idle. So where do we even do this thing where we heal from the idle? Like, it's in a dialogue box with a meditate idle or a, yeah, it's called meditate. Yes, option. Yeah, I think it is in the dialogue box class, but there might be a way. So right here, when we change to meditate, what is this? Option selector 1. No, this isn't it. We're looking for when we change to the meditate state. So right here, in a dialog box clear, this isn't it. But this player meditate, is pretty close. So step 2, not in title screen state, not in play state, here, not here. Wow, I think it really is just in the dialog box. Okay, so right here in the dialog box, this is one of them. End of page. Okay, so basically we're saying, what the heck is this? Okay, so the action button is pressed in a dialog box, and this is basically saying, well, if we haven't printed, or as long as we've printed all the characters, we're gonna check, are we on the last page of dialogue? If so, is there a meditate option on the dialog box? Because the dialog box has a meditate option to go enable this thing. So if meditate yes and action is pressed, we change to the player meditate. So right here, this is where we're going to add our sounds. So this is going to be meditate at idle. And we're going to put from our sound effects table, idle, gong 1. We're going to see what just the gong sounds like and see if we like it. Part of me thinks it might be too harsh, but let's see. I didn't hear it, so that was not the place, or we typed it wrong. I just didn't hear it. Idle gong 1, that's the one. Idle gong 1. Okay, it should be it. Let's try. Yo, Salto, what's up, dude? We're just trying to get some new sound effects in the game. And this is for the sculptor's idol, but the sound isn't coming through just yet. Okay, so this isn't it. This isn't it. Even though this is the dialog box where we change to the player meditate, let's just see if we're missing somewhere else. This is where it is, right? Is this where we were? Reset default dialog box. Okay, so we did it here. Let's try putting it. See, this is for a default dialogue option. That's not the one with a meditate, but we're still asking if it's a meditate option. So I'm just gonna try to put. I'm gonna try to put the gong here and see how it sounds. Or see if it triggers. Idle gong. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Okay, 1, it's too loud, and 2, like, I like the idea that there's like a little swing, but it's just too late. It's too late. So I'm going to turn it down and I'm going to make it start sooner. So we're going to have to trim the MP3 just a bit. So let's do... Yeah, let's go... And okay, and you know what? Maybe before we go too deep into that, let's see what it sounds like to have the healing sound too, because he made like 2 heal options too. So let's try heal 1 and the gong and see if them together make some kind of harmony, you know? So let's see if the heal and the gong together sound good. Yeah, too much. It's too much. It should be, you know, well, let's see, because I want to see what heal 2 was. 2 is different. And you know, the normalization's all off, but that's an easier fix. Okay, let me see what just heal 2 sounds like. And you know what? Let's just turn down this sound just a little bit so it's in line with the rest of the stuff. So here we're going to say we're going to set our volume to idle heal 2. We're just going to lower it by 30%. What's new with you, Salto? Idle heal 2. I do like the heal 2. Not much, just, you know, drawing some innards. Just drawing some guts. Okay, I like heal 2. Like, I might be okay not even having the gong. Yeah, I like heal 2 much better. That one is too loud also, but heal 2 sounds better. Yeah. You know, we might have to, like, limit movement. Oh, gosh. Because, like, if we don't limit movement, that you can just, like, walk out of it, which I don't know if I like. I mean, it would be cool if he had, like, this little, like, aura of, like, blue flashing around him and he couldn't move until that song's done. You know? Which wouldn't be too hard. Because we have the flashing red for when we're hurt. We could add, like, a flashing blue for healing. I'm trying to decide if we're just going to give up on the gong idea. Because 2 of them at the same time is just too much, but let's hear. Because the thing is, meditate not only heals, but it also saves the game. So on one hand, it makes sense to have the heal sound, but on the other hand, this gong is a kind of like save your progress sound. Okay, so I think what I want to do, I want to take this gong 1 and just try to export one without the lead up swing. So if we go, just take out that swing lead up. That's kind of what I'm thinking. But yeah, it depends. It depends if we want to do, because part of me does think that we should limit the player's movement for like 1 second after you save, just so you can't just save and walk out of it that very frame. Which I think lends itself better to the heal sound, but maybe not. I mean, I'm just going to try to trim this and see if we like it. Okay, so we're going to export this. We're going to save it as gong 3. Let's do actually V1 too. And crush the bitrate a bit. And we'll export it actually where it's going, which is into the repo. So we'll go into the sound effects and we'll put it right here, gong V1-2. So we'll export it there. Let's try to do it. Gong V1-2. So we'll say Gong 1-2 is Gong V1-2, this new shorter version. So when we go to play the gong, hey RZ, what's up? Yo, it's going good. It's going good. We're adding sound effects that Kane just got us today, or yesterday he sent them over. So Gong 1-2, we're gonna see for the meditate idle if we like this. I still think it's too loud though. That didn't sound any faster. Did we export the file and not the selection? Yeah, I think we need to export the selection. How come we can't export the selection? Fuck. That is a Gong V1. Let's just open up Gong 1 from the actual folder. So it's the wave file. And let's see if we can trim this one. Can we export this as a selection? No. It won't let me trim the file. I mean, I guess we can do... I guess we can do this, and then we can export a selection from here, I know. Okay. Let's try this. Yeah, I'm kind of... Well, let's see. I like the idea of the gong. Okay, time selection. Let's try this. So we're going to go into an MP3, which is right here. And we're going to go... Why? We got to change the bit depth. And then it won't let us go smaller than 122 kilobits. Why? Okay, let's put this... Let's put this into the exports. This is just Gong 1-2. Let's just see. I'm gonna open this file up, and we're gonna see if we can compress it to the 32 kilobits we normally do for this. Right here, Gong 1-2. Yeah, look here, all that static. So all that static come from? Okay, so 32 kilobits. It'll let us do it in this time. We're gonna put it in the same folder. Okay. I didn't export it in the right place. Yeah, not the SFX folder. That's okay. We'll just import it from there. Okay, here we go. Hey, what's up, Schmelly Orc? Okay, let's see how loud this is. 21. I think it's... We want to boost it just a little bit. Okay. So here we go. Gong 1 with a shorter tail. It still has, or not tail, it's shorter lead in. Okay, this is okay. So gong 1, 2, let's save this. I don't see it in here. What the heck? Did we put it in the wrong folder? Oh, here it is. Gong, idle gong. Okay. So we want to replace it with this one. What's up, Brunked? How's it going, dude? We are adding some sound effects from our sound effect designer that he sent over. So we want to import this idle gong V1-2. It's going good. It's going good. We got the saving and loading for the inventory and the global world working. So that has been the tough crap for the past 2 weeks. So we finally got that. So now all that's left is we're finalizing some new sound effects, which I'm hoping to be done today with that. We're like doing the last ones now. And then what we have left for the demo is we need to add 2 NPCs. We need to add a fishing boat for the fishermen. We need to add a soundtrack blending mode. Yeah, Schmelly, we save as binary and then we serialize it to binary and then we load it from binary to using Bitzer with Love2d. And then we need a couple new... We basically have like the layout of the game, but we need to touch it up with better art. So we'll be making a little less placeholdery template art. And then... Yo, Squinch, what's up, dude? How's it going? Once we get the new stuff there, so it's like 2 NPCs, the music fading so that it doesn't just cut off in one frame and start in one frame. I want it to just fade over like 1 second, fade in and out real quick upon like a scene transition, as well as like a game over or whatever. We need 2 new songs, one for the refinery, one for game over. But other than that, we just need to like pepper in a couple geckos into Gecko Road and in the Dark Forest. And other than that, the saving and loading is all working, and the cinematic is done, and the credits are pretty done. We need to add Kane. We'll do that very next. So let's test out the gong for the save sound, and then we'll see. We got to add Kane to the credits. Yes. Yeah, Squinch. Yeah, saving is finally done. It was tough. So it's like, if you can see, like, I started the game with a loot and a flama and whatever coins and whatever rubies. Those are actually being pulled from the loaded inventory, as well as the potion was saved, not just initialized. So I didn't just get the potion. I earned the potion from the treasure chest and then saved the game, and then same with the tunic and the tome as well. So all of that stuff is pulling from the load rather than just being initialized and put into the game when we're in the play state. You know, I think I do like the gong. Part of me thinks... Let's hear it again. It's too loud still. It's like it sounds a little rough. It sounds yeah, it just sounds like a little rough, like almost like I want to EQ it just a bit different. But it might just be the loudness. So let's try this idle gong 1-2 and just turn it down just a bit. Yo, Squinch. Thank you for the sub, dude. It didn't play the sound. Normally it plays the sound and got the alerts going, but I didn't hear it. But thank you, dude. Appreciate it. Squinch, that is something I want to do. I'm not doing it for the demo, but I think for the main game we will be doing like a 3 save file so that you can start a new game and not overwrite your progress. I don't think it'll be that tough. But I say that and then it takes me months to get any features out. So anyway, let's test the gong. Okay. I think I like it. So meditating will heal your vibrancy. So as you cast spells, you drain your vibrancy, which is the red bar next to your spellcast element. So basically, once your spell runs out of vibrancy, you can't cast spells with it anymore. And we'll need to tweak the values a bit more just to, both for Armanis as well as our draining spellcast vibrancy. So it drains it there, and then if you go to heal, it'll save your game, but it'll also regenerate your vibrancy there. Why I use foobar instead of foo.bar. And then you notice the S is in there. Oh yeah, for the key. Yeah, because there is a dot. Oh, you like it, Brunked? That I think I like it too. I liked the heal sound that Kane made, but when I asked him for it, I thought of it as a gong. So I think I'm gonna go with that. And we do have like if we equip the health potion, we've got like that health potion sound. We could use the other heal. That one feels more like a consumable, but maybe we could use his other heal sound for something like at the end of each biome. We can have it and he can flash blue and heal all of his stuff. Like, he gets a new heart container, he heals to full health, you get, replenish everything in your kit is just kind of like replenished or something. So maybe we do that heal sound for that. Oh, you can't do a period inside of a key index in a table? Because I don't know. I honestly don't know too much about Lua. I'm sure there's a ton of stuff that I could learn with Lua. But I know we do have, I know we can do that dot operator to dig inside a table. So, maybe you're actually onto something, because I'm not like a perfectly skilled at Lua. Yeah, I think the crate break is maybe still. Do we want to add a sound effect? Oh my god, a sound effect for when crates get pushed into a chasm there? Oh, gotcha. Whoa, Squinch, I've never seen the that Jimmy badge before, the green one. That one's really cool. 6 month sub badge is green Jimmy. That's cool. Syntactic sugar for... Okay, yeah. I almost never do that, RZ. It's just one of those things. I just like... I don't almost ever do that. I'll do it in like a class object if we've got like an actual class, like our global player dot green tunic equipped gets true or whatever. But normally when I'm in like table land, I almost always just do the square brackets. Oh, gotcha. Oh, okay. I see ya. I see what you're saying. That makes sense. Okay, this is good. We've got... Oh, and you know what? We haven't added... Kane made a sound for the fire, for the successful spellcast, but we have not put that in. And he made another variation of the warp location. So right now it kind of sounds like, to me it sounds like pushing like a stone or something, like a kind of like a pushing, grinding sound for the warp transition. So let's see what other sound he made for us. And you know what? The blending of the audio soundtrack isn't really bothering me with that sound as a transition, with that warp sound as the kind of glue to hold that together. But Kane did make for us another variation of, let's see, warp location. Let's hear these. Yeah, that isn't really what I imagine it would be. I actually like the old one he had. I told him to do something different, but now I'm using it. So I think I like it. I think what I want to do is check out his original spell casting. Oh, he's got some corruption sound too I want to add. That would be good. Oh, he's got... Yeah, the warp location is just not anything like I want it to sound. I want it to sound like a curtain closing, and it sounds like a tech thing, you know, like a beam me up, Scotty. Let's see if any of these fallings would be good for... You know what? I like that one for pushing a crate into a pit. Yeah, I think I like falling 2 for a crate being pushed into a pit. So let's just add that. Because I think... Do we? Actually, this is falling V2. Did we export falling V2 here? Falling V1. Okay, I want V2 as the falling crate sound. Falling. Okay. So we'll just take this wave and edit it down to a compressed MP3. Falling V2. And we'll just... Wow. Okay. So we'll export this as an MP3. And we'll go down to a 32 kilobits. And we'll save it in our SFX falling V2. Falling V2. Okay. So we'll export that. Let's just make sure it's loud enough. Falling V2 MP3. See how quiet it gets when we compress it? Yo, Brunk, thanks for hanging. Yo, have a good night. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'll be sure to get the link ready when the demo's finally done and be able to share it. Okay. Falling V2 is saved as an MP3 in our repo, so we'll just go import it. So we do have the sound effects table right here. We'll go to falling. Where's falling? So we have a falling. I'm just going to call it falling 2. And it's a falling V2. Now we should have a check in the crate pushables. I don't exactly know where it is, but it should be in pushable, I want to say. There should be a falling... Yeah, falling true. Okay. So whenever we trigger this falling, we want to play our falling 2 sound. So let's hear that. Because we want to do it right when we trigger it. It's just that when we initiate a push up, if the tile above is empty, then we trigger a falling to be true. And then do we set... Oh, we do set push up initiated to become false so that this doesn't loop. So that should be good. So anytime we become falling true, we're just going to plop this in here and see if we like it. So let's hear the falling crate sound. Oh my gosh, dude, come on. Nice, man, yes. Because it's a different sound. It's a different sound than Tashio falling, right? Yeah. I like it. And the flapping is awesome. And the Oh, and the... Dude. I love that game over sound. The little bat hiss is cool. You know, we'll probably have to like tweak the gain on some of those. Like, I don't know, I feel like the crate is still too loud. Either the crate needs to be a little longer of a sound, or it just is too loud right now. So let's just do crate. Yeah, we're just gonna turn it down a bit more. It's coming together though. Okay, I think I like it. Okay, so we added the crate break. Oh, I want to still see. I want to see if we've got the magic sound. The spellcast sound. Oh, we still need talking text. When the text is printing, I want it to play little beep boop bop beep song sounds, you know? Warp location. Attacks. Huh. Okay, so it's in attacks, but... Oh. He's got some blasts and booms. Okay, cleansing flame, he's got that. Yeah, we are using this. We are using this for when we cleanse the bats. So that is more in like the cleansing sound than the actual... Oh, actually, no, yeah, this is the one we're doing. Okay, yeah, I think we do want a different kind of sound for the actual successful spellcast for the blue. But let's see. That is the water one. But it's like the water, yeah, the water spell is going to function different than the blue cuz yeah, I think the You know what? Maybe we can EQ this so that it's just like a low, you know, like a low pass, because it's just too, it's too annoying, too squeaky, for that to be on anytime you're successfully spellcasting. But I'm wondering if we can EQ it. Wow, I'm wondering if we can EQ it to make it sound a little more subdued. So let's try to do that. It's just too squeaky to me. Okay, let's try a different tactic here. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just too. It sounds squeaky to me. I think it should be more kind of ambient. Yeah, more of like a crackling or a. Yeah, I think it should just be more kind of deeper and more kind of crackling. I kind of like the oscillation, right, where it's like kind of pulsing. But it's just too squeaky. Let's try like a super low pass on it. Where is the low pass? Really? Really not a low pass here? It's 11:36. If we want our green dot for the day on GitHub, we got to commit soon. Yeah, I think we just are going to request another one from Kane. So we need the talkie text. We need a crackly kind of fire spell, successful spell cast, more ambient than crackly. I want it to be subtle. And then what else? I need a more I want a different error. I want one more version of the error, more of a lower pitched error. And that's if you, for example, if you try to buy something and you don't have enough money, it'll do like a more of a deeper sound. But you know what? Actually, I think Kane's current one might actually work for us, so we'll try to do that. For now, yeah, I say let's add Kane to the credits for sure. Okay, so we have, this is like the main credits when you beat the demo, which we definitely want Kane in here. So we'll say created by Paul, assets made by Salto. Yeah, we'll put in sound effects designer. Okay, we'll make sure he shows up. We'll have to actually beat the demo in order to test that. So let's do that. my god. I lost. I lost. We gotta do it again. It is a long line, RZ. It's a very, very long line of credits. All right, so the credits should roll now. Okay, we could spell out sound effects instead of just the FX. I thought we might not have enough room, but we have a very tiny font on there. Is there a special syntax for that, RZ? You don't like my 3,000 character long line? Sound effects designer. Okay. Cool. And then we'll put Kane in the credits when we roll for the end of stream when we run the credits. I want him to be in there too. Where is it? Credited supporters. Yes, right here. Yes, we'll put Kane over here. Cool. Okay, so Kane is now in the credits as he should be. Oh, there's a double brackets. Okay. I will do that. Let's see. I will look into that. I think I'm going to call it a night here. I think we're going to just commit. I've got early work tomorrow, so I'm not looking forward to that. Okay, so it looks like we added 4 different sounds. Okay, yeah, I think we want to... Yeah, this gong 1v2 is the one we like, and it's a trimmed version. So I think what we want to do is delete 1 and 2 from the repo, and we'll take out actually I'll leave the idle sounds in there because I like them, and we might have use of them elsewhere. Let's keep the falling v2, let's keep the crate break v2. Yeah, let's get rid of the idle gong 1 and 2 and rename the 1-2 to 1, and then we'll call it a night. So yeah, we're going to get rid of most of the gongs except the one we trimmed. And we'll just call this one V1. And we'll make sure our code reflects that. Uh-oh. Yeah. So gong, just gong 1, and gong 1 is now v1.mp3. So let's make sure that's working still, and then, uh-oh. Yeah, gong v2. I mean, we took it out. Oh, yeah. Gong 1. Come on, man. Gong V2. I know it doesn't exist. That one. What is going on? That's what we get for changing the name of anything. Nice. Oh, dude. The sound effects make it feel so much more complete. Oh, shit. Oh, I want to hear... Oh, shoot, man. Holy crap, dude. Okay. That is cool. Let's make sure we've got idle gong V1. That's right. We got both idle sounds. We got the crate break and the falling for crates. That's good. I'm gonna add a line for our gong hit. Let's just call this meditate gong for a grep search, and then I think we'll call it. Let's check out our git diff. So we add the gong sound for when we meditate. We add the crate break sound. We add the crate fall sound when you push it into a chasm. We imported those into our sound effects table. We added Kane into the credits. So that is a nice little commit because half the time was spent picking the sound effects and editing and exporting them and testing them. So let's call it where we add gong crate fall. Gong and crate fall sound effects. Great. All right, we'll get push. We will run our credits and call it a night. Find someone to raid here. Let's see who is streaming. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll be back tomorrow, and I think we're going to be working on... We might work... You know what? I don't know if we're going to do the sound effect blending. It's not bugging me with the warp zone sound effect, so I think we won't worry about that. But I do think we want to do... we need to add a couple new sounds. We need the text printing sound. We need an error sound. And there was one more. Oh, the spellcast, successful spellcast for Flama. So there are a bunch. We'll raid out here to Jed, because he's always working on his game, and we'll just give him a raid and say what's up. But thanks for watching, everyone. The demo is going to be done in a couple weeks. It's got to be. It's got to be. We're there. We're coming up on finishing it, so it'll be great once it's finally done. Thanks for hanging. Have a good night, RZ, Squinch, Salto. Thanks for hanging, everyone. Appreciate it.